Okay, today we're going to talk about the real estate market as a whole. What's going on with the market? Why does it feel slow right now? Why is it stagnant? Why are homes sitting on the market longer than they have in the past? We're going to hit on all that stuff. So first of all, I think it's important that, well, if you come across this video, if you have came across this video, it's probably because you're looking to buy or sell a home and you're interested in how much your home's worth, something real estate related you're interested in. So you're probably, the way the algorithm works is getting feed in your social media about these headlines from these national people, or you're listening to people, someone put on Instagram from Florida about the housing market. Don't listen to those people. Leave those crazy headlines that are designed to get likes and clicks and all that stuff. Listen to this video, because I'm going to be talking about right here in the Oklahoma City Metro, Mustang and Yukon, what's going on in our market right now, why things feel stagnant, why houses are sitting on the market for just a little bit longer than they normally do, all that stuff. I also think that the loudest people are those people like I just talked about that are trying to get clicks and all that stuff. And also there's a lot of part-time agents out there that just got into the industry, or like I said, they're part-times. They don't treat this like a profession, like a real job, we're not helping people. Most people make the biggest investments of their lives, that kind of stuff. So don't listen to those people. It's a good thing that a bunch of those people are getting out, because we don't want those people in the industry anyway. We want full-time real estate professionals that are going to do this and aren't spreading all this nonsense. So what's going on in the market? Why are we feeling stagnant? Well, for one, interest rates. Okay, so I'm going to start. This year, 2026, has been my best year I've ever had as far as selling houses. I've sold the most GCI, all that stuff. Okay, so don't tell me that it's been a bad year. All right, don't tell. And I know a lot of people that are like me as well that have had a great year. So don't tell them that it's been a bad year and that properties aren't selling. But today, yes. Right here, as we sit in August of 2026, it is a little bit slow. Yes. Why? Well, interest rates have gone up. So since before Iran, interest rates were like 5.8, 5.9. They're under 6. Since we've been in Iran, they shot up a whole percentage point, which is a lot in that short amount of time. They were even up close to 7, like right at 7 a little bit. They even got over 7 at one point. Now they're like 6.5, 6.6, something like that. So them shooting up that much, that quick, has an effect on it. Will they come back down? Probably. I don't know when, I don't know to what, but that's one big thing that has happened. And that's a real thing. Here's one that we're not even considering. So all these are kind of compounding. It's like this perfect storm. It's August in Oklahoma. It's hot as crap out there. Every single day for the past 5 months, I feel like, has been over 100. School started, so there's a natural slowdown at this moment when school starts, because you're getting your kids into school, you're getting in a routine, all that kind of stuff. And for those reasons right there, just the natural ebbs and flows of the market, it's kind of slower right now. So you got interest rates, you got the fact that it's late August and it's hot as crap, and I don't even want to walk outside myself. Another thing that's going on right now from sellers is you're competing against a lot of inventory. There's a lot of homes for sale, and I'll tell you why. One reason why they're taking so long to sell here, but because the buyers are kind of slow right now. But anyway, we're competing against a lot of inventory. There's a lot of homes for sale in the Oklahoma City metro area. They're up, I think, 9.5% from this time last year. And a lot of it has to do with what I just talked about. So you're competing against that. Existing homes, so especially where I live here in Mustang Yukon, but really the metro, they're building houses everywhere. So existing home sellers, you're competing, and I've made a lot of videos and I've talked about this a lot, but you're competing against new homes. They offer incentives. They offer rate buy downs, they offer closing costs, all that stuff. Some of it that you just can't compete against. Some of them offer like a 3.99% rate for the life of the loan. You cannot compete against that. So it's not that we're like crashing or anything. These are just all things that are working together to create this stagnant environment that we're in. Here is, in my opinion, the biggest one. This reason right here is the reason why there's not a bunch of buyers in the market, or there's not as many as there would be or should be. It's going back on rates. Rates were so good for so long. There's so many people that have a 3% rate. I have a 2.75% rate. So it's going to take an extremely special home for us to sell our house and move into one. And there's tons of people like that. So you got people that are just staying in their home because they have this extremely awesome rate. And I can't blame anyone for that. Like, no, I don't feel like we can. Like, I don't blame you one bit for not selling your home because you got this awesome interest rate. But as time goes, those people, those sellers, those buyers that have that interest rate, slowly by slowly, they just start selling them off, and then we won't be competing against that thing anymore. And then there's nothing keeping people in their homes that if they don't want to be in their home, other than just that great interest rate. So here's the thing, you put all of this together. You put the fact that interest rates went up so fast in a little amount of time when we went into Iran. You put the fact that we're in late August, it's hot as crap, school just started, all those things. We got new inventory, so sellers are competing against new homes. Builders are putting homes, especially where I live here in Mustang, like crazy, left and right. There's new additions. All this farmland that I'm assuming that the parents died, they passed it to their kids and they sold it because they didn't want it. So all those additions going up. And then these rates that all these people have that are just extremely awesome is creating this slow environment. But here's the good news, we're not crashing. I don't think we're crashing. I'm not scared of anything. Like I said, 2026 personally has been the best year in real estate that I've had, so I'm not freaking out. I know some people are, but I do think that those are those part-time agents or those people just throwing stuff out there to get clicks. But here's my prediction. Once those rates do come back down to under 6, what are we at, 6.5. So once they get back to where they were whenever it was really super busy at the very beginning of this year, might be next spring, I don't know, it might even be the turn of the year. You're gonna if you're selling a house, you're gonna wanna be on the market when that happens. You don't wanna, oh, now it's busy, now I gotta get ready and get my house ready to sell. No, you're gonna if this is something that you wanna do, you wanna be on the market because it can flip overnight. Like, it's crazy how fast, it's like the public, they all change their mind or they all decide something at one time. It's like, oh, no, oh, bam, let's go buy it. So if you, first of all, tell me what you think. Am I crazy? Am I full of it because I'm a realtor just trying to sell houses? Comment, tell me what you think about this. If you want help or need help or want to talk about your home, then give me a call. One thing that you got to consider as a home seller is that you got to make your house, like, what sets your house apart, okay? Because there's so many homes for sale, so you can't just look at all these homes in the neighborhood and say, oh, they're all listed at 300, let's go at 305, and then you're competing against 6 active homes that are at 300, 305. Why would someone choose your house over these other homes? And also, one thing I think that realtors, they do their sellers a disservice is you need to look at houses for sale, active properties, homes that are your competition whenever you go live, that is more broad than just your neighborhood, because sellers, not always, sometimes they do, but usually they're not just looking at your neighborhood. They don't, unless there's something about your neighborhood people just love, which there are those out there, but for the most part, they don't want to just buy your neighborhood. So you can't just pull active properties and comparables in your neighborhood always. Now, yes, it's true, when an appraiser appraises, they're pulling houses out of your neighborhood, but from a buyer's perspective, you gotta look at it from all angles. They're not just looking at homes in your neighborhood. So you wanna look at what your competition is. If you have a neighborhood And yeah, sales are selling for 300. But then a new Tabor neighborhood, I'm dealing with this with the seller right now. There's a new Tabor neighborhood, not near as nice of homes as this neighborhood is. But they got these incentives going on, and they're the same square footage, give or take, as the neighborhood that we're selling in. Well, some of those have gone pending, but this neighborhood, it's not just our house, it's every house in this neighborhood is really stagnant. And I think that neighborhood popping up is hurting it. So you got to look at, if I just pulled comparable sales in that neighborhood, we would never even see that. We would never even know that, what's going on. So the market is fluid. You got to continually be looking at these things, what's going on. If you're on the market for 30 days, ask your realtor to pull comparables again. There's a reason why yours hasn't sold. And as a real estate agent, it's our job to figure out why that is. Here's a misconception about realtors. A lot of sellers, a lot of people, a lot of buyers think that realtors sell houses. Well, I don't necessarily believe that. We market houses, we have conversations, we help people through contracts, yes, but I can't sell a house overpriced, no marketing, no words that I can say is going to help sell an overpriced house, because people have Zillow, they have this information that they can look at, and we're not stupid. People aren't stupid. They're not going to pay $50,000 more for your house because I've marketed it extremely well and I spent hundreds of dollars on all these ads. That's not going to sell your house, okay? The market will determine what your house is worth. You need to listen to what the market is telling you. And if you truly want to sell your home, this is something you do, you need to adjust accordingly. But anyway, if you want to talk, if you need to talk, if you want to sell a house, if you want to buy a house, give me a call. I'd love to talk to you. If you're just a homeowner, give me a call. And then I offer stuff for homeowners that aren't even going to buy in 5 years. So I can add you to my sphere if that's something you're interested in. But anyway, thank you.